talk about the power plants. Actually, what is power plant? The place where the electrical energy is generated is called power plant. Basically, there are three types of power plant used all over the world. What are they? Number one, thermal power plant. Second is nuclear power plant. And third one, hydroelectric power plant. This hydroelectric power plant is also called hydroelectricity. Now, I want to mention one other matter. In this power plant, what sort of energy conversion takes place? In thermal power plant, heat energy converts to energy converts to electrical energy. If you are told to write about the energy conversion in thermal power plant, then you can say that in thermal power plant, heat energy converts to electrical energy. And second one, this nuclear power plant, nuclear energy converts to electrical energy. In this hydroelectric power plant, mechanical energy converts to electrical energy. Look at this energy conversion. Thermal power plant, heat energy into electrical energy here, nuclear energy into electrical energy here, mechanical energy into electrical energy. Now I want to compare these three in certain points with certain points. How do they work? At first, how they work. If you are told to write about the thermal power plant very shortly, you can say this way. In thermal power plant, at first, a fuel is burned. And this burned fuel produces heat energy, and that heat energy is used to boil water, and boiled water produces steam, and this steam is passed through pipeline. And high speed steam is used to rotate the turbine. Turbine runs generator and electrical energy is produced. This is the mechanism of working of what? Thermal power plant. But in nuclear power plant it is different. In nuclear power plant, a nuclear reactor is used where uranium nuclei is bombarded with neutron. Then it is split up into barium and krypton with a little destruction of mass, and destroyed mass converts to tremendous amount of energy. And this tremendous amount of heat energy is used to boil water, and boiled water produces steam, and high speed steam is used to rotate the turbine. Turbine runs generator. This way electrical energy is produced in nuclear power. But the mechanism is quite different in hydroelectric power plant. In hydroelectricity, actually this is a little important for the lower classes. Water is collected in a big reservoir. This reservoir is very big, maybe of few square kilometer area. In this big reservoir, water is collected, and then it is made to flow through a tunnel. Water collected in reservoir contains potential energy, and when it flows through the tunnel, then the same potential energy converts to kinetic energy, and this flowing water, when it rotates the turbine, then the kinetic energy converts to mechanical energy. We can say mechanical energy, potential and kinetic energy, both are called mechanical energy. And then this rotating turbine runs generator. Let's say this is generator where electrical energy is produced. This way the energy conversion is what? mechanical energy, whether it is potential energy, kinetic energy or mechanical energy, these all are mechanical energy converts to electrical energy. But if you want to go through each of them, then potential energy converts to kinetic, kinetic converts to mechanical, and then to electrical energy. Now, I want to compare them in other way also. Hear this. This thermal power plant and nuclear power plant produces pollution. How? In thermal power plant, something burns, where some fuel burns, and burning fuel produces carbon dioxide and other gases also, which enters into the atmosphere, and thus air pollution occurs because of thermal power plant. It's not pollution free. In the same way, in nuclear power plant, the nuclear waste which produces by the nuclear reaction, if exposed to the soil, then soil pollution takes place. If the same is exposed to water, water pollution takes place. And if exposed to the air, air pollution also takes place. This way, both of them pollute the environment. But the hydroelectric power plant or hydroelectricity is quite different than them. There is nothing, thus flowing water runs the turbine, and flowing water comes in this reservoir by water cycle. Water cycle is conducted by the sun. That's why this is renewable source of energy. Nothing burns, nothing produces as this nuclear waste. That's why it is pollution free. That's why we can write some advantages of this. Before writing advantage, another matter I want to mention. This thermal power plant requires certain fuel. Every day we have to burn fuel. Hundreds of tons of fuel requires to run it. And in another side, this nuclear power plant, uranium is required for this. And uranium is one of the very expensive metal, expensive substance. And that's why we cannot afford this. I mean to say, the developing country cannot afford nuclear power plant. And both of them are expensive, but hydroelectric power plant is very cheap. That's why, what can I say? The first one is, this hydroelectricity is cheap. And second one is, it is pollution free. Pollution free. And third advantage it has, it is renewable source of energy. Although are not renewable source of this, it requires fossil fuel, it requires uranium. Both of them are not renewable source of energy. That's why it is renewable source. Renewable source of energy. That's why this is advantageous. Now, fourth one, the water used in hydroelectricity can be reused. Water can be reused. Water can be reused for what? Water can be reused in making water kingdom also. It is used in irrigation also. It can be used in fishery also. It can be used again because water is not polluted. It just came out from the hydroelectric power plant. These are the basic three power plants which are enjoyed by this world. But beside this, there are small other power plant also. Tidal power plant, there is geothermal power plant, wind power plant. They are very less in number, and amount of electrical energy produced by this power plant is negligible in comparison with these three basic power